bro, I'm fully responsible for Jamal. I'm fully responsible. It's his son. I'm acting like he mine. You feel me? Fully responsible. Not know, me and Maul cool, but if Coach Freeze ain't got 120K, I can't do it. I'm like, he like, all we got is, I said, say no more, bro. I'll do it for free. Just tell me how it's gonna benefit you. I just need to know how it's gonna benefit you, and I need to have, and so I sent it to Maul. Maul was like, you the one start. He said, you did this and that. So when I did Jalen, and then now you doing, I said, bruh, it's a generosity war. Let's just declare, I declare war, bruh. It's a war, bruh. Your daughters, your sons, your wife, you, whatever I could do to be a blessing to your family, it's on and popping. Not, Maul, what could you do for me? Oh, Maul said he was gonna do this in real estate and the economy went bad. And it's like, bruh, no, it's like, Maul, the economy gone. What can we do to get fixed? What can we do? Not, you didn't come through for me like I thought. Maul, I know you're a man of your word, so something must have happened. What can I do better? What can I do for you, with you? And I just want y'all to hear the difference in the language. When you start blaming, you're not taking responsibility. You're now taking the thing that the Lord has blessed y'all with and you tearing it down. Success Podcast, baby.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success Podcast. I'm your host, TJ, joined as always, young Dougie Fresh, Douglas in the building. Yeah, bro. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm actually blessed, bro. I'm actually blessed, bro. It's a real good season, bro.
We in the A, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nice little hotel, you know. Usually we use your room, but
yeah.
You know.
I'm about that. That's why I'm really blessed. It's like, why all these years you try to bring two worlds together?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's complicated.
Yeah.
So it's like, no. Let Didi have his space. And I wasn't able to get that room.
Yeah. Man, it's been a good week for me, long week. And then you sent me a text and you kind of, you threw, I want to make sure that I say it correctly, so I'll go right to the text. Shout out to the JV at home, Maul and Carl. You know what I'm saying? Always got a show. You know what I'm saying? The JV squad.
Every now and then.
Love when the varsity get the rock.
And Maul, I promise y'all, it just happens.
Nah, tell them what you really said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pull up while they ain't here. So you said, you text me yesterday at 7:46 a.m. and you said you don't need to be in certain relationships because you're hurting more than you're helping.
Yeah.
And then you sent me something else along those lines. But, as you getting older and maturing is realizing that if you're in a relationship or you're pouring into somebody and it's not working and it's not beneficial, then you need to leave it. And I think, obviously you had something on your mind, but I was just thinking when you sent it to me and I was like, one, does the person think the relationship is beneficial? And then who's the judge if the relationship is working? Does that make sense? It's like, you could say, all right, I'm getting out of here. And it's like, the person like, wait, this is working for me. You know what I'm saying? And now you leaving them. And I know we talk about reciprocal relationships. And anyway, I just wanted to get the baseline for why you sent me that text or.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this. So this is crazy. I was on the call and there was an individual who, lost their spouse. And so, one of the things, life, let me just say this to y'all. First of all, C said something that I think a lot of us take for granted. And he said, as you get older, I've been on this earth for 54 years and I've been in a consultant / shepherd's role for a long time. And I think in the last few years, I'm finally getting to see that everybody doesn't grow up. You know what I'm saying? And listen to me. Everything I say on this podcast, I'm saying from a place to help you, not to hurt. This ain't on no negativity stuff.
Yeah.
Even when C was talking about relationships. But this person said to me, I naturally wanted to get back I was in a healthy marriage and I lost my spouse. And so I wanted to get back into a healthy relationship.
Yep.
But their thing was the relationship that I got in, I had to get out because I realized I was too hurt to help them. You feel me? Like
Too hurt to
be in
a new relationship.
Yeah, meaning that the loss of my spouse, I hadn't gotten over that. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, of course I wanted to get over it. You know, of course I wanted to be in another, healthy marriage. But they were like, what I realized was that person to your, as the example you just gave, that other person was geeked about being in the relationship. But they were like, yo, I couldn't get over the loss of my spouse. I just couldn't do it. And so I realized when I really did some self-evaluation that I was too hurt to be able to help this person in the way I was able to help my spouse when they were alive. And I was like, yo, that's on another level. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, just being human enough to know, yo, I'm not in a good space. Yeah. Because what you could do is, like many people do, they stay in things. We're not talking about relationships. Whatever you're staying in because you need it. Like you just staying in it because you need it. You're not necessarily staying in it because it's elevating you. Like you're not staying in it because, it's helping you to get to the next level. Yeah. You just in it because you like, I need to be with somebody. You feel me? And I was like, yo, that's dope. And I had to stop and ask myself, how many things have you been in that you're not in a healthy enough position to be able to contribute? You know what I'm saying? And I'll give y'all an example. So, I pretty much had to walk away from being, what you might want to call like a day-to-day CEO. Because I still, I guess, consider myself a CEO because I'm the founder of it. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this forever. But I realized that there were a group of people that needed something from me I couldn't give them no more. Like I realized like the patience that I had when I was younger to be in these relationships, I see it three ways. I see there's a relationship that, the person you're in a relationship with, they take absolutely no responsibility. Like they only take the benefits of the relationship. Then there's a group that I think suffers the most is that they take partial responsibility. You feel me? And then there's a group.
Why does that group suffer the most? Because
that group thinks that they're fully responsible. You feel me? Like in their spirit, they feel like because they showing up, that they fully showing up.
Right.
But they not showing up in a way that's like fully responsible.
Yep.
Right? And then there's a person that's responsible. And here's my challenge. The majority of my life as a shepherd, as a relationship person, I've been in relationships with people who don't take responsibility as a way to try to help them to get to this next level. Because let's just be real, bro. When I was a high school dropout, I was homeless. I wasn't taking no responsibility academically. Like that just wasn't my thing. It was a pastor who graduated from college, who handled his business academically, who was like, bro, you need to get your GED. And I'm going to help you go get your GED. Then I'm going to help you get to college, right? So for me, I always felt like, man, I owe a group of people who have potential. I owe them to help them to get to the next level because that's what the pastor did for me. Now, me being ignorant to some extent, I'd never really looked at the full scope of how our relationship worked. I just looked at, I was homeless, high school dropout. He helped me. I got to help others. I never looked at, is the person you're helping mature enough and healthy enough for you to help them? You feel me? Because everybody that you help, I'll give you an example. Right here in the A, I met this young lady at the Waffle House. And it was weird, bro. She had about 4 or 5 kids, and they was like barely able to get like a waffle and like something to drink. And I was peeping her out like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And so the lady was like, yo, they ain't got no bread. I was like, all right, bet. Hey, do me a favor. Don't even tell them, just feed them. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they want, feed them. It's breakfast and it's Waffle House. Like, what I'm saying? I got bread. Yeah. And so I fed them and she messed up and said, yo, my man right there was the one that did it. So she ran up on me. Me and my kids don't got nowhere to go, whatever. I said, all right, bet. Called Danita. Danita's sister just happened to have Like she rents out homes for people like this. I'm like, bet. So we get her there, get her kids there, we get them registered for school, buy them clothes, the whole nine. Bruh, they called me about a month later like, yo, she gone. I'm like, what you mean she gone? And it was like, they had rules. You got to be at the crib at 9. You know, you got to do this. Mind you, we paid all the bills, all the grocery. Kids was hurt. Matter of fact, I heard the kids tell their mom, don't mess this one up. We love this house. We love our school. We love APOC. They taking care of her. Mom back on, some substance, not coming back to the spot, leaving them by themselves. And I realized, bro, like, yo, not in a bad way, but some people aren't ready to get help, bro. Yeah. Like, they not in a position, like, even though she needed the spot, the kids needed the spot, the kids needed stability, the kids needed a school to go to. And they could only go there because they lived in that neighborhood. Yeah. Bro, the kids lost everything because their mom wasn't. And so I just learned, AE, I feel you on wanting to help, but as low as I was at the time, I guess in my spirit,
that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Like where, obviously shout out to Pastor Willis, rest in peace. Yeah. But like, you was a homeless high school dropout living on the streets. Like, what about? So it's not necessarily like I'm sure you didn't go in and say, I'm ready to be helped. Yeah. Someone help me. I'm ready to go to. Like, what was it? Do you think the energy that you gave off that allowed him to pour into you, and then what did he have to see from you to continue that support? You know what I'm saying? Because here go the thing, right? Like, we want to help somebody. Like, all right, cool. So you all right, do this, and this. And then you come back and they ain't do nothing. And you're like, And then you're like, okay, hold on, let me reset your mind. Cool. And then you might have did one or two things. And at some point, you do reach a frustration peak.
Absolutely.
And what I realized in some of my relationships.
At 54.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Me and Candace got to the point where we was like, oh, okay, like, we doing a lot. And it's not working. Like, I'm talking about, we done tried blessing you financially. We done tried giving you nothing financially. We done tried micromanaging. We done tried long leash. And then you look up and you go, okay, nothing's working. And I don't know, again, what type of grace the person has, what type of measuring stick we use to determine whether you're going to support or not. And it's so funny because I don't even like using that term, honestly, because I told you when I had a conversation, me withdrawing and not being there financially and everything else is not me not supporting.
Absolutely.
That's actually the next level of my support.
Yeah.
Because what I was doing wasn't working. Yeah. When I was giving you money, when I was letting you do this, when I was doing, that wasn't working. And so I love you. And so I'm pulling all of that away, not because I'm mad at you. And I think there's something in that person's mind where they go, C pissed at me, so he ain't helping me no more. No, I'm really helping you now.
Because I'm getting out the way.
Because apparently, what I was doing before was killing you, but it made you feel better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, no question.
So how do you navigate those types of relationships and looking around? And again, if you're listening, y'all know we talking about practical stuff. Yeah. This your kids, your mama, your cousin, your friends that you've been friends with forever. Like, how do you navigate these type of situations when you are helping? And most of the time, I like to say, the people listening to the pod, I know something about you. You listening to personal development. Usually they the person giving and the one that, people are pulling. So we give you advice straight to the person who is.
And I'm saying I'm giving you advice right now. I'm not talking about who we helping. Like, I'm telling you the toll that it had on me. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the toll it had on me as a giver and not knowing when to stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm 54. I probably started the stopping process about a year ago.
Right, 6 months.
Yeah, okay, all right, 6 months.
6 months.
No, this is what I said. I said I started the process.
Okay.
You feel me? I never said I did it. I said I started the process over a year ago. We're starting to see results.
I used to feel so bad. Bro, I used to be like, come to the dark side. They don't want help, bro. They're not really trying to grow.
Yeah, and so I'm saying, I was telling my wife this morning, you have to do some real self-assessing. And so when I walked away as a CEO, meaning day to day, I walked away because I realized, if you look at the majority of your relationships, you're helping people, one, who not taking responsibility, or two, who taking partial responsibility. And the toll that it's having on you is killing you. Meaning what? You're giving some of your time and some of your energy away that belongs to Didi, that belongs to Jada. You feel me? That belongs to Jalen. That belongs to you, doggone it. You feel what I'm saying? You giving away some energy that belongs to you, some time that you could be using writing a book or going on vacation or running or walking or just doing whatever you want to do, right? So I'm saying this to those of us who help because we got to start asking ourselves this question. Are we doing things that are going to help us to make our dreams and goals become a reality? Or what that life looks like to you? I don't want to use dreams and goals. Like some of you may be past dreams and goals. I don't know. But like what would life look like for you if you weren't responsible for people who are irresponsible and you weren't responsible for people who kind of responsible, right? And then what I want you to do is go from this day forward, I'm only helping in areas where, look, this is going to blow your mind, where helping helps me. You feel me? Like stop doing that thing where you just helping others. Like if it ain't gonna help you, then I want you to stop doing it. So when she says, how do you know? I think we've helped enough people to know who we need to help. And here's who we need to help. People who are willing to be totally responsible. Yeah. Right? I'm about to save you high blood pressure.
Yeah, but what is, like, is there a rubric?
Oh, I'm about to give it to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm about to give it to you. So let me use this one so you guys don't go, oh, you talking about you and CJ's relationship. Oh, you talking about somebody in it. So let's talk a stranger. Like Rory is a stranger, right? So Rory comes to us and says, yo, I can help y'all potentially make it to the New York Times bestseller. Now, y'all might have missed what I just said, but when we talk about responsible, there's a part of responsibility that is realistic, right? And for a lot of us, we are in relationships that are unrealistic. Like there's no real expectation. You don't know what they mean when they say they love you. You don't know what they mean when they say they loyal. You don't know what they mean when they say they're a hard worker. Like you don't have the slightest idea. And I think we got to stop helping people when it's ambiguous because there's no way for you to win. I'm just being real. There's no way for you to win because they know what it means for them. But if you don't do what they want you to do, and so Rory was one of the first people outside of our circle of influence that was like, hey, here go the reality. Y'all about to pay me $30K and I can't guarantee you I'm gonna help you win a New York Times bestseller. I'm like, genius, because it's realistic.
Because I can't guarantee what you're gonna do.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being real. Like I can, the system's set in place, but I can't guarantee y'all gonna follow the play the way I say follow the play.
And you have to follow the way. And so what's crazy is you would think that wasn't a healthy relationship. Bro, I gave you $30K and you gonna tell me what I paid you for? You don't know if you could do it or not? Like that don't even make sense. But I'm starting to realize as I grow up and mature, it makes a bunch of sense. It's a standard. It's not ambiguous. And a lot of times where I come from, when somebody say they loyal to you, when somebody say they're a hard worker, when somebody say they in it for you, you know what I'm saying? It mean I'm in it for you until you piss me off, or I'm in it for you until you don't do what I want you to do. Right? And that's why I tell people now, hey, get into it with everybody you close to. Hurry up and get into it. So you can get into it and go, oh, you really meant what you said when you said we ride or die. You meant that. And this is what you meant when you said that. So Rory was like, hey, I can't guarantee you I'm going to hit. So let's just back out now. Okay, cool. What do you mean when you say, what's the probability? He's like, okay, well, you got a much better chance if these 492 things I tell you to do over the next year, if you do them, you got a much better chance. But I can't guarantee you, but you gotta. And so this is what I want to give y'all a practical step. When you're dealing with people who are as responsible as you are, it's probably going to work out better, right? So what Roy was saying was, yo, not only am I responsible for the marketing, for getting you on podcasts, for giving you all the rubrics, I'm in the ship with you. And for a lot of us, we are very close to people who are only responsible for their part. Hey, what that look like? You ever been to Walmart or Target and you see somebody work at Target and you go, hey, I'm looking for the, man, what would you call it? Like the C25 battery. You know what I'm saying? Them little crazy little batteries.
911.
The 911. And guess what? The halfway responsible person who's at work, who doing what they're supposed to do, will tell you, bro, that's not my department.
Yeah.
I can't help you. A person who work at Target or Walmart who fully responsible, they gonna tell you, hey, come walk with me. I don't know exactly where, but I know exactly where, but they're not gonna tell you that's not my department. And what Rory did was say, yo, here's everything you gotta do from my standpoint, but I'm also gonna know what you guys are supposed to be doing, and I'm gonna help you with what you're supposed to be doing. I've had people who have worked with me that they responsible for their part, but what they don't understand is your part ain't the only part. Right. So in order for us to make this thing happen, I know you might be a videographer, but you might also have to be on the schedule boy too. Like you might have to be whoever our administrative assistant is. You might have to be making some phone calls to figure out where Eric gonna be, when Eric. You may also be a videographer, and Jose will tell you this, that has to become an Uber driver. And it's like, yep, we do got to video E, but the only way we're gonna video E is I got to go pick E up and bring. That's not a part of his job. But if his job is going to get done, then he might have to come scoop me to do it. And so there are those of us who we close to people and they only want to do their part. And they don't understand that only doing your part is not going to get us to check, or only doing your part is not going to get us to the promised land. You may have to do 3 or 4 parts, and you might have to do 3 or 4 parts for free. And you might have to do 3 or 4 parts in excellence. You might not be able to half do those 3 or 4. So what I've done wrong is I'm going to befriend the person who ain't taking no responsibility. I got to pick them up. I got to get him on time. Your homie, you got to pay him when you drop him off. You got to give him a couple dollars because he ain't got no money, right? You got to take him to work, give him some money to eat. You got to pay for the gas. And it's like my whole life, that's who I was running with. Or that second group, AE, I can do a little bit. Where I've had around me, okay, so let me just say it. I've had around me, you got on me, the Tobys, the Wall Street Trap, the Jamals, the Joshes, I've had these people around me, and guess how often do I talk to those people?
Not as often as you talk to the other.
I spend all my time with the people who got potential, and I'm trying to pull them, whereas I got people that I'm working with now, like let's just say I'm working with Trap on something. Trap ain't gonna never say, oh, E blew it, E messed up. Trap gonna always take full responsibility. He gonna take full ownership. I'm never gonna go to lunch with Trap and Trap go, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom to see if E gonna pay for it. We gotta fight for it. With Jamal, we got to fight for it. When Mar taught me real estate, he never went, E, I'm going to need you to learn this and learn this before you get to real estate. Mar, like, if you get in my world, I'm going to take care of all of it. Now, I would like you to do it. So all my life, I have spent time helping. And then when you pulling, dragging, and then people get upset and they still, like, here go the crazy part, y'all. The thing when you're working with people who are not responsible or somewhat responsible, the thing you fear and the reason why you work so hard, that stuff end up happening anyway. And I just want to make sure I'm clear. Like the stuff you try to avoid because you overly compensate to let your boy know you love him, as soon as you can't pay his gas, or as soon as you can't help him pay for his apartment, or as soon as you can't help him do what he trying to do, now he looking at you like, oh, E, I thought you was. It was like, bruh, how did I become an enemy at all these years when I've been looking out for you? That one time I couldn't look out for you, or that one time I was like, I'm gonna put me before I put you. Now I'm a scumbag. Like, bruh, you forgot all the stuff I did for you? Like, okay, so I can't be personal, but I won't say no names, but I just had somebody recently who was just like, oh, I can't believe you didn't. And I was like, bruh, you got on the internet and said I didn't what? You never said nothing about the car I bought you. You never got on the internet and said about the college tuition I paid. You never got on and said the books that I'm not tripping on the 2 things that you talking about, but are you gonna let the people know I got you a whip? Where's that part at? The whip part I bought you, the insurance I paid for, the gas I put in your car. What happened with the college tuition?
You missed that post.
At the college, can we put let's be fair. If you want to talk about what I didn't do, I'm okay with that. What you didn't perceive, I did. But what about the stuff and what God showed me was, this is your fault. Because you spent all your life, instead of getting with people who can also be fully responsible with you, and you're never gonna hear CJ go, E, you blew it. Maybe he think I did, maybe he don't. I don't know. He just gonna say, oh, E blew it, the car on 4 flats. He gonna go, let me get the 4 flats fixed. And then wherever he is, I'm gonna pick him up. And so I'm just saying, I didn't realize in a lot of my relationships, I'm not healthy enough to make you whole. I'm not healthy enough. Like, my mama was 17 too when she got pregnant. My biological father wasn't in my life. Like, I got some trauma from how I grew up. You feel what I'm saying? And you telling me that I need to keep pulling when you ain't even pulling for you as much as I'm pulling for you. And it was like, yo, E, stop. You guys got to stop. Because when you stop, the Rorys of the world who going to be honest with you, who going to take your money, But who gonna make, bro, let me tell y'all something. I work with Roy, bro, he texts us every day for a year. He got in the trenches with us, came to the office, came to Chicago, like he got in the trenches with us. And guess what? You already know, we hit the New York Times bestseller. I'm just being real, like we hit it. But what I'm trying to tell y'all, he was never like, I want to get paid for that, I can't do that. He like, oh, y'all need me in Chicago to speak? I'm there. How much? You don't gotta pay me. You already gave me 30. I'm trying to make sure we get to this New York Times bestseller. Oh no, you ain't gotta pay for the Uber, you ain't gotta pay for the hotel, you ain't gotta pay for the flight. Like, I'm in it with you. And all I'm saying to those of you who are listening, I finally got to a point where it's like, yo, I want to be in relationships with people who are going to be responsible, who I don't have to worry about if I don't pull them like they pull me. E, what does that mean? My blood pressure went all the way down. It means...
He be sending me pictures of his blood pressure like, see, check this out, bro.
Stress is all the way down. This is stuff people dying of, y'all.
Oh, no.
No. You have rappers in our community, males who are my age, who have died because high blood pressure, right? Diabetes, just stress in general. And a lot of that stress doesn't come from them. A lot of that stress comes from the people that they're with. And CJ told me a long time ago, E, we should only be hiring people who are either taking stress from us or helping us economically. And even on some small stuff, I got to take Didi to the airport, and I knew she was going to need time to pack, and my daughter wanted to come to the room, and they were eating together, whatever. And I just was like, hey, Jose, we're going to have to do it different than what we normally do it. Bruh, I didn't have to come down to the very last minute. I was with my wife the whole time. It wasn't no, E, I'm going to need you to sit here, and I'm going to cut the light on. He like, bruh, I'm fully responsible for videography. The only thing you got to do when you get down here is get the mic on and talk. That's it. You don't got to get nothing to Carl. You ain't got to do jack. Just sit there. And I'm saying a lot of us are in relationships where we're, quote unquote, we got a videographer and you got to help carry the stuff in, and you got to cut the camera on, and you got to set up the lights. And I'm just telling you, God told me you don't have to do that. You never had to do that. That's something you chose to do. And so stop doing it. Put yourself around other giants. And it don't mean you can't support people from time to time, but it does mean if you're pulling people, it's a part of your life, bro, that you're going to miss out on. It's a part of your kid's life or your spouse's life or something you could be doing, going to school and getting another degree or getting certified or traveling the world or just going to a beach, doggone it, in Barbados for a week and chilling and doing nothing. But some of you can't even do that because if you go away for a week, those people are going to be on your phone and they don't have enough responsibility to just let you be there for, they ain't gonna let you be at the beach. You told them, I'm going to the beach for a week. I gotta go. And hey, I'm sorry. I know you here's how I love how they start.
I know you at the beach.
I know you at the beach.
I know you at the beach. Nah, that I do know.
I do know that.
I want to let you know I know that you know.
And I know you rested and relaxed.
I'm still need
that.
But
this didn't happen and you left and I couldn't. And it's just like, yo, I want to be with people who are like mature enough that, I hate that he gone for a month. I hate he's unplugging. I hate he can't help me at this particular, but I'm mature enough and responsible enough. I'm gonna handle my business for the first 30. And then as soon as the 31 day he come back, we're gonna pick it up again. So that's all that's it. That's
it. And I think you gotta understand it's impossible to be in a healthy relationship with a sick person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do it. Yeah. And so as you look at, individuals and, it's crazy. As you talking, I'm like, dang, y'all. Like, I used to hear the saying, the rich get richer.
Yeah.
And I literally thought like you had to have money to get into those. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing what you're saying and it's like, yo, you like, okay, I'm with Trap now, I'm with, Toe, I'm tapping in with Maul and and it's like, you in a circle now where everybody is trying to outdo each other, and then it just keeps growing. Cause now Maul like, yo, I got you. Like, don't even worry about it. And then you like, oh, Maul, you doing the speaking thing? I got you. Don't even worry about it. And now it's like you elevating help. Okay, we talked to the people who were the kind of like the head person in the relationship. Talk to the person now who's trying to get up there. How can you do it without money? Because I think there's a natural lean towards,
I don't got nothing to do
bro, I don't got no bread. No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
This society is so driven by money that a person will look at you and be like, well, you got the money.
Everybody want an NIL deal.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
how do you, if you're in a situation where you don't have financial means, how can you still be
Yeah,
a blessing to the relationship?
means. You got means.
I'm just saying, like, we talking
I'm
about
just saying.
helping people,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm just saying, we got means. Jose, how long we been together now? 9 years. When you first started, were you a videographer when I met you 10 years ago, 11 years ago? Was you a videographer? Was you doing that work?
Just photo and video.
Just photo, video. Then we can't get, so guess what? It's like, what do you need in terms of whatever Carl can't do? So if you're not in the city of whatever, what can you do? Nikki and him both, in their own way. Now, Nikki is more like social media type, whatever. So she's like, you're not gonna have to think about social media. I'm gonna tell you, in this generation, you need to be this close to the camera. I'm gonna tell you, you need to move back this far. I'm gonna tell you, you need to start off with saying, I don't know who need to hear this, but, you know what I'm saying? She like, I'm gonna give you everything, so you ain't gotta do nothing but boom. Same thing, Jose. You in Atlanta. Matter of fact, I was in Auburn the last time I was in Auburn. The crew came up. I was in Connecticut. He was like, hey, you don't got to worry about none of that. I know that what you need is to tell this story. And we need to be able to tell it as many ways we could possibly do it. I'm telling you, all you got to do is add value and add real value, not that you doing it because you want something. But it's like, yo, what do you really need? And if that's something I can do, I got you. And when you start adding value, then people gonna add like
the best example, and I think I talked about him on here before, is Young Black, Rondell, E's nephew.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Like, yo, you would be at the crib, we'll be at the crib podding, and I'll come out and my whole car be wiped down, washed, tire black, everything, and Black be gone back to Detroit. And you be like, what? Like, I'm talking about this before Cash App, so you know it wasn't fake. Like, this was before you could just send somebody.
Oh, yeah, no, you couldn't send no
Yeah,
money.
it wasn't like, just, they gonna hit me with a little love offering. He would be going back to Detroit. You might not see him for 3 months. But that was just his way of being like, yo, I'm around y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all traveling the world. But when y'all back here, I got you. We'll show up. He'll bring a juice to E house for E. He was making juices.
Making juices, bro.
Bringing
like juices.
He knew, so he
like,
just learned how to make them.
Kale, beets, you know what I'm saying, like that.
Bottled them up nice and would bring them to eat every single morning without the expectation of, let me get that. And so for those of you for real, man, get in relationships where you can start adding value. I ain't had nothing to offer E when I met E. I was broke. I'm talking about broke. Like me and my brother, like going in on a large pizza broke. But I knew, okay, cool. You need some, I can speak. I can roll with you. I love to drive. I could drive you to every, bro, he ain't never drove with me a day in his life. One time. And he hit the rumble strips. And I was like, whoa.
I told him that's a part of my whole swag, the rumble strips, man.
No, he tried to tell me that's why the rumble strips were there.
That's why they're there, bro.
He was like, see, why you keep getting mad I'm hitting the rumble strips? They there to remind you to get that going.
I had a rental car. I was like, you might want to pull over and take care of yourself. I was like, I'm good.
But I'm saying you have to find a way to have a healthy relationship, all right? So you find a way you can add value. Do not be a taker. And I told y'all, this is my prime time test of how you know. Am I a taker and somebody... If you the person who calls people and you say they don't never answer, like, I'm just being real. I don't got a whole lot no, I'm just saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, you like, oh yeah, they don't never answer the phone. You gotta find out why. I don't have that issue. I promise you. If I call somebody phone, now I'm not saying nobody ever missed a call when I call. I promise you. Ain't nobody purposely dodging me because I don't take. I don't take. So if I call you, I'm not about to be like, hey man, my wife tripping, bruh. And then, E, like, bruh. So if you have a hard time knowing if you're that person, and then you the person on the other end, if you like, here they go calling again, what they want. I've been around I've been around, Maul, let me tell you something. Maul will cut you out of his life. Maul be like, what? Never.
I got another one too, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here go one.
Let's just find ways where you can tell which side you on. You know what I'm saying?
Here go one.
Right.
Here go the one. When you fumble the ball, you cannot demand the coach to put you in the game. I'm just being real. Once you got to understand something. Once you fumble the ball, you now lose the power to be in control. If they giving you the rock, they didn't give you the Barry Sanders. One of the things you realize about some of these great running backs was not the yardage that they picked up only and how many touchdowns. It's also ball security. So if you are a good running back, but you fumble the ball a lot, you have to understand something. You cannot be demanding when you fumble the rock. You just can't do it. And I think a lot of people, you start taking it personal when coach sits you on the bench. Now look, we from Michigan State, Michigan State basketball. Here's the one thing, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Watch this. Tom Izzo, right? Tom Izzo. You get a turnover, I don't care what time of the game it is. You get a turnover, what's Coach Izzo doing?
Got to sit.
You gotta sit down. Coach Izzo, like, I don't care who you are. The
dudes be looking at the bench like,
shoot. And hey, I've seen some players go, no, coach, I'm good. He like, come over here real quick. Sit down.
You don't value the ball.
First of all, I don't want you sitting here. I don't. I want you shooting. But you keep getting turnovers, and that's not what we practice. Yeah. And there are a lot of you who get offended, when you, let me just say this. I had to just tell my wife the other day, I'm sorry. I was like, why are you get so offended when she tell you, hey, turn right here, turn right here? I'm like, why you keep talking to me like my mama? Why you gotta keep telling me to turn right here? Y'all know what her response was? Because sometimes when I don't tell you to turn, you keep going, you miss the turn. Bruh, the Lord was like, what are you doing? You and I both know you absent-minded. You and I both know that you be thinking all kinds of stuff.
But you get mad, like, my kids get mad, like, Trey be on the way to take out the trash, and I'll be like, hey, take out the trash. He'll be like, hey, my dog.
I'm taking it out.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to. But I'm saying, the times I don't say it, you ain't finna take out the trash.
That's what she said. The times I don't say it.
But it will piss you off when you about to go do something, and somebody say, hey, yo, go turn that off. You be like, dog,
but
I just got up to turn this off.
I had to chill because you do pass exits. You do forget to take the trash out. You do leave the toilet up.
You hear that, son?
You do.
If you was shooting 100%, I promise you I wouldn't say nothing.
But I'm saying, here's what happens, though. We get offended because you checking us, but you checking us because you dropped the ball. And so what we should be saying is, thank you for the grace that you showing me that you didn't even get rid of me when I dropped the ball. And what do I need to be doing for ball security? That's not what we do. We get offended. We get hurt. We start talking reckless. And it's like, yo, once you drop the ball, from that point forward, you've set a precedent. The only way you can win is you got to not drop the rock for the next 200, 300 carries you get. Right. And then coach is going to forget that you dropped it. So that's for me, that's another big one is once you mess up at that point, man, you own grace. You don't get to call the shots. The way you get to call the shots when you putting up and handling your business.
So then the question is twofold. Then how do you know when somebody gonna put the rock back in your hand to be able to redeem yourself? Because a lot of people hear what you're saying. They're like, shoot, I did mess up. You're right. I messed up. I fumbled the rock. Don't nobody trust me now. Absolutely. People ain't answering my call.
No question.
How do you rebuild that credit score if ain't nobody gonna
hand you the rock?
So
whatever rock you have, you got to be faithful over that rock. Because I could call anybody when I come to Atlanta to do videography. I'm calling a person that I know for a fact is consistent and handle their business. Why? Because I've seen them with Trap. So it ain't just with me. I'm like, oh, Jose with Trap now. Trapping Tuesdays is a real thing. That's a real production. I'm like, oh, he ain't at the crib chilling. He killing it with Trap. So if he killing it with Trap, hey, bro, I need you. So people will watch what you're doing outside of just what you're doing for them. And if you killing the game for somebody else, even if you dropped it for me, I might be like, oh, Jose done got mature. Yeah. Okay, he done grewed up. Oh, he handling his business. And I might see you working for somebody else and you dropping the ball for them too. You dropping the ball for them too. So I'm definitely like, okay, nope, you dropping for me, you dropping for him, you dropping him. I can't give you another chance because you were actually, and how do I say this? There was an individual who was doing some work for us back in the day. Mm-hmm. And when they dropped the ball for me, I was like, go to Maul. And I didn't say go to Maul because I was being like, I don't care about Maul. I knew Maul was way more structured than me. And Maul got systems and Maul gonna talk. And they started working for Maul and started dropping the ball for Maul. And then it was like, okay, we don't got no.
Right. So Maul got systems.
I don't got systems, but you dropped the ball in both. You feel me? So it's like, I'm not trying to be funny. You dropping the ball everywhere you go. It must be you. But the first time I'm gonna go, I'm responsible. It must have been me.
But that's
I didn't
the thing, though. Why is it
properly.
so hard for people just to be like, yo, it's me? Because you can go back. This is what I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
We laugh about self-assess all the time. And it's not that I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to tell you, like, yo, if you see the gaps, you can really go back and fix them.
You can.
Like,
But
dog,
you have to humble yourself, bro.
Dog, like, it
You
was a
have to
dude,
humble
yo,
yourself.
we used to play with, shout out to my homie, he had only a left hand. He could hoop, but I promise you, once we learn, like,
Yeah, he only got
you
the
know
left.
that over-exaggerated defense where you just be like, and he would like freeze up because he literally could not dribble with his right hand. But you would try to tell him about that. He, instead of being like, yo, I probably should work on my right, he like, oh, you can't check me though. Who can shoot better? And it's like, dog, you're looking at it as an
deflecting,
attack.
bro.
And I'm just like,
Deflecting, bro.
It gets to the point where it's like, bro, like, if you could really assess what you're supposed to be doing, what you're good at, what you bad, like you said, you went over there, you dropped the ball. This person said that. These people don't even know each other and they saying that about you. But it's not true.
And that's why I said what I said in the very beginning. You have to be in relationships with people who take responsibility, who take full responsibility. Because if I take full responsibility, I go, you know what, Didi? Oh, I need to apologize to you. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You don't even want to say this to me. That's not even a part of our marriage.
I didn't want to tell you to turn.
You didn't want to keep, and here's the reason why I know. Because you know how I'm going to act if I say something, and I know other women who would just go mute as opposed to say something because they know if you say something, it might call. You
So
understand
what was
I'm
you
saying?
saying when she told you to turn?
Why? I'm about to turn anyway. Why you always try to be my mom? You always own me. You constantly, I can't get no breather. It's take the trash out. Do this, every single thing. And she like, oh, okay, well, here's the reality. Didn't say nothing to you 3 weeks ago and the trash didn't get taken out. Okay, yeah. I didn't tell you what, and then you still, yeah, okay. And it's like, and it's like, no, Eric, you should be grateful. I mean this with all my heart, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but I know women in their marriages who would rather not say anything to their spouse about stuff because it could go left and they would rather keep the peace than they would. And I respect that. It's like, I ain't gonna say nothing to you about turning. I'm just gonna let you keep going. And at some point, 10, 15, 20 minutes in a minute, you're gonna realize you went the wrong way. Didi like, I'm not on that. I don't care how you feel. I don't care if you get pissed. I'm about to let you know. Before we get to the stop sign, and I promise you, I've
Your
said this to
turn
before.
is in 500 feet.
Bruh, I was at a Target the other day.
Wait, so
you can see the sign saying Target. And she was like, they go Target.
Hey,
right
but hold
there.
on. So I'm trying to figure out, does she got a GPS like going on her phone?
No. She just like,
Because y'all
we
be
get
in
close.
different cities a lot.
Oh yeah, she still know where we going.
So I'm saying, but is this mostly occurring when you at the crib or when you on the road?
It's everywhere. I'm absent-minded everywhere.
So I'm saying, no. I'm saying, let's say y'all in the A where you
Yeah.
don't really know where
No
you're going.
question.
You got the GPS up.
Oh well, I've been to whatever hotel 1,000,000 times.
No. I'm just saying. So like, but she, like, even if it's somewhere you don't know, I'm trying to figure out. She know where she going.
Oh yeah.
But she don't got the GPS up. Like, I'm trying to help you with the GPS. Like,
Oh
it
yeah.
say
No,
turn
she'll do
right
it.
here.
Didi will always say, "Why didn't you put the GPS right there so you could see it?" And I'm like, "I got it on my phone."
And you keep it right
and
there.
I keep it right here.
Yeah.
And she like,
But
okay.
she got hers on too.
She just like, okay, you got yours on.
Oh, she watching yours.
I'm watching you trying to help you with
Okay.
yours.
I was just trying to figure out the logistics.
No,
of when
she
you-
like, and then she like, why is your volume never work? Like, get your volume
I
on.
never use that.
You feel me? But she
I
like,
can't
that's
stand
why
that.
you don't know where you going.
Your turn is in 300 feet. Oh, that drives me
And so
crazy.
Didi like, if she ain't gonna tell you and you ain't gonna listen to her, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna listen to me. But it goes back to, guess what I just said? When Didi's in the car with me, she's fully responsible. Like, she is not just sitting there daydreaming, talking on the phone, and if we pass, she like, no, we going to eat.
Yeah.
I want to get there just as quick as you want to get there.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, we just have to be careful. It doesn't mean we never work with people who are irresponsible or people who are somewhat responsible, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to do all the work.
What's
when you
the
work with that
percentage?
group.
Divide it up. How much of your day got to be spent? How much can I spend with the gazelles?
Let me say this. Depending on your tolerance level
Yeah.
and what you're trying to accomplish in life. And I realize if I'm at Auburn, I can't have a videographer that's going to make a mistake and I don't get my stuff and I don't put it out. Because now I can't get to the next college that's going to call me because they saw that one. When I went to Connecticut, I can't have people, bruh, I don't know what happened, but the battery wasn't on. We thought the battery was on.
My bad.
My bad. But here go the part that's funny. People still want their check though, even though the battery boy. That's what I mean when you're not responsible. Hey, I told them boys when the NIL deal, I was like, hey, it should be a thing of I pay you $2 million, but if we lose 6 games, you gotta get my money back.
Yeah.
You gotta give some of my money back.
Yeah.
That's not being responsible. Like you get to get the $2 million regardless. I got to pay you $2 million, and we didn't make a bowl game, and I got fired because we didn't make a bowl game, but you got your $2 million. And I'm like, bro, that ain't fair. We just need to be in a world where you only get paid for your level of responsibility. You dropped the battery didn't work, or you put the wrong, what they call it, your SIM card was full, and you put that joker on there, and you didn't notice that it wasn't recorded. Bruh, not only do I get my money back, you should pay me. You should pay me something because you just messed up a whole opportunity. So it's not that I'm being mean, but when I do videography work, bro, I had somebody recently ask for their check. They had the dope videography boy, but I didn't get the mic boy wasn't working. That's my whole swag. They want their whole break.
You do a voiceover.
Bruh, you can't even use the mic. That camera didn't have no mic like that on it. And it don't sound the same when I got a mic on and I'm doing my thing versus, but guess what? Nope, they never said, keep your money and here go an extra $250 for me wasting a video that might go viral, that might open up doors for you. So that's what I mean. I'm not being mean, but when you work with somebody who's irresponsible, somebody who's kind of responsible, it never works out where you execute on the level you're supposed to execute on because they didn't. And now they upset. They mad because you told them, hey, you lost the gig for me. You lost the opportunity for me. Oh, you ain't, I was there. It doesn't matter that you was there. that don't benefit me. I showed up. I showed up on time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a timely person. Okay, you are. I'm loyal. I'm always with you. You are. I know cameras like nobody else. You do. But for whatever reason, that didn't turn into me getting my footage. Yeah. That didn't turn into C being able to chop them jokers up on a mixtape or chop them jokers up on a mastermind or chop them jokers up for social media. It didn't turn into that. The mic didn't work. You feel me? And so it's like, I'm just learning, bro, when you're working with people, bro, on the other two spectrums, 90% of the time, something gonna go wrong and it's just not worth it. Where I would prefer to work with somebody who's responsible and they're like, I'm in this thing just as much as you in, and I don't just take the honor, the reward. I'm gonna also take the responsibility if something mess up. I'm gonna own my part. That's
it's so
all.
funny. I was talking to one of my guys, and he run a like a real estate company, not mall. But anyway, he was saying like they was hiring, and he's like, yeah, you can't get none of these new kids to work. And I was like, well, what you paying them? And he said it's full commission. And he said, don't nobody want the job because it's full commission. And I was like, wait a minute, what you mean? He said, yeah, you only eat what you kill.
That's it.
He said, and they coming in like, oh, okay, cool. I want to eat what I kill, but I need a baseline salary too. And I'm saying for us, I'm thinking back, of course, it wasn't no sales job, but we probably would have been millionaires if we was eating what we kill at Michigan State. I'm just saying, if we was on commission at MSU.
Absolutely.
I literally thought about that. Like,
all them students that came in, hey, bro, I just ran into a kid yesterday.
I heard you. I was on the phone.
Little 5 points, like, you was my academic advisor.
I was on the phone.
UNC, I was at the Advantage program.
I didn't see his picture too, because I was wondering who it was.
Yeah, I showed you.
But I'm just telling you, think about this. He was saying, I can't hire because they don't want to work full commission. He said, now, the commission is out of this world. He said, the compensation, like, you sell something, it's going crazy. I just can't give you $3,000 a month and then give you the commission you're looking for.
Both.
Because I done did that and people done came in and got 6 $3,000s in a row and didn't say, oh yeah, I remember him. Absolutely. People done came in and got 6 $3,000s in a row, didn't do one deal, and then they left and went,
I'm gone.
And on the way out, blame me in the leads as the reason they didn't.
No, bro.
But you took the 3 every month.
Because you're not, here's the thing.
So another thing, hold on.
You kind of responsible.
We got another. Are you willing, full commission? Carl, name this episode full commission. Are you willing to say, I'm saying, I would love full commission. You talking about eat what I get. Okay, cool. Keep your little 5,000. If I believe in myself, I'm about to come in here. Matter of fact, keep the salary up my commission, and I'm good to go. And he was like, bruh, I can't get nobody to work because it's a full commission job.
Yeah.
He said, and they come in and go, oh, what, no set. But if you believed in your skill set,
No question.
and you believe you was gonna kill like that, what's the problem?
Well, because
I'm pretty sure.
But because I want to be partially responsible. I want to be partially responsible. I want all the wins that come with it, but I don't want to deal with none of the consequences.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
I don't want to deal with that. And so I'm saying I don't think it's nothing wrong with the person who irresponsible. I don't think there's nothing wrong with the person who partially responsible. I don't think there's nothing wrong. I'm just saying because I'm fully responsible, I have to stop making my crew one of the first two. And I got to start running with, I want to play something with you real quick. And before I play this for y'all, I want you to know I played it for Jamal, right? I played it for Jamal. And what I told Jamal was, I said, Jamal, bro, I just want to tell you, I spoke, and I want you to listen to this. And he listened to it. He said, E, before I listen to that, can I tell you something? I saw a clip of what you did at Auburn. He was like, bro, man, I can't even remember exactly how he said it, C, but he was like, yo, E, I don't know what was motivating you, but you was acting like, he was like, bro, you was full in, E. Like, you was all the way, like, he was like, E, you like a madman in there. Like, what was they paying you? Like, what was, and I said, Ma, the reality is, Ma, I was speaking to repay you because your son works at Auburn. He's a coach. I was repaying you for what you did for my son. That's all I was doing, bro. You took full UNC took full responsibility. When my boy was here in Atlanta, y'all took full responsibility for my man and made sure he was straight. I remember even more what y'all did, and then you took money out your pocket and you gave. So because you were fully responsible for my son, when your son called me and asked me to come to Auburn and they couldn't pay what I get paid, I was going for the full responsible. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's easier when you got somebody in your life that's giving you everything they got and you giving them everything you got. What makes it hard, I don't care if it's your son. I don't care if it's your daughter. I don't care if it's your business partner. Life is not going to be as fulfilling if everybody around you, you got to get them 120 and they can give you 80 when they want to. They can give you 70 when they want to. And then here's the deal. Not only will they give you that, I have never heard Maul get on the phone and talk about me. I ain't never heard CJ get on Facebook and dog me out. Why? Because fully responsible people understand all of the components so they don't be tripping because they know, yo, this ain't easy. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes when you partially responsible or you irresponsible, you don't mean no harm, but because you don't understand the complexity of it, you go to the blame game. It's your fault. It's your fault. When you take full responsibility, you won't be on that because you know, yo, I don't even got energy to be talking about nobody else. Like, I need all my energy to execute. I need all my energy to make bread. And so I want y'all to listen to this message that I sent Jamal and Camille after I spoke.
Put it near your mic and make sure they can hear.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me put it. Okay.
You got it?
I do.
First and foremost, dog, man, I appreciate you always for always coming to speak to the guys and all that stuff. I mean, there's been a long standing deal, dog. So I definitely appreciate it. That message, dog, that you gave to the team, man, bro, that was like perfect, and it was like perfect timing. I mean, like, to be honest, like, God couldn't have, like that had to be God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, me and you hadn't talked about it. I don't know if you and Coach Freeze talked about it, but like, it was perfect. And I think the guys truly like got something from it. A couple guys have already come and talked to me about it. So, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Appreciate everything you're doing for me and my family, and also, investing, in my future and me and my future wife's future. So, appreciate everything, brother. Thank you.
I'm fully responsible for Jamal. I'm fully responsible. It's his son. I'm acting like he mine. You feel me? Fully responsible. Not no, me and Maul cool, but if Coach Freeze ain't got 120K, I can't do it. I'm like, he like, E, all we got is, I said, say no more, bruh. I'll do it for free. Just tell me how it's going to benefit you. I just need to know how it's gonna benefit you, and I need to have. And so I sent it to Ma. Ma was like, "E, you the one start." He said, you did this and that. So when I did Jalen, and then now you doing, I said, bruh, it's a generosity war. Let's just declare. I declare war, bruh. It's a war, bruh. Your daughters, your sons, your wife, you, whatever I could do to be a blessing to your family, it's on and popping. Not, Ma, what could you do for me? Oh, Ma said he was gonna do this in real estate, and the economy went bad, and it's like, bruh. No, it's like, yo, the economy, what can we do to get fixed? What can we do? Not, oh, you didn't come through for me like I thought. Ma, I know you a man of your word, so something must have happened. What can I do better? What can I do for you, with you? And I just want y'all to hear the difference in the language. When you start blaming, you're not taking responsibility. You're now taking the thing that the Lord has blessed y'all with and you tearing it down. What you should be doing is, Trap got a building. I'm like, Trap, hey, bruh, let me tell you something. I want to come in with, okay, bet, E, things ain't working out. Trap, you need me to start paying in advance? I'm already knowing I'm coming. We ain't got to wait till I get there to get my bread. If you need some money for some of the repairs, whatever, I can cash you out right now. Whatever it takes. But I don't just want your building. I want to be in your building because I want to be connected to somebody who handling their business, who responsible, who being a blessing to the people. So I'm just saying, there's two people. I'm just talking to me. You have to stop trying to save the world. J. Cole said, she don't want to be saved. She said she don't want to be saved.
They don't call him the hip hop preacher for nothing.
Hey, she don't want to be saved. I'm just being real. J. Cole said you can't say she don't want to be saved. And some of us out here, we didn't put our cape on because our moms weren't in our lives or our dads weren't in our lives, or we grew up in foster care homes and, people looked out for us, and now we in a place where we like, oh, okay, I want to save the world. You can't save the world. You can only save who God commissioned you to save. You can only help people who ready to be helped. And so you're going to waste a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money. You're going to get stressed out. Your health going to be messed up. And I'm just trying to tell you, yep, there are a group of people that God has commissioned you to. Absolutely. Those are the people you need to be, and they going to be ready. Jesus said, I could have saved, I could have blessed so many other healed, but they thought I was Mary's baby. They thought I was Joe. So they was like, oh, that's just Jesus. Are you hearing me? That's just Jesus.
Crazy.
That's just Jesus. He
That's
can't
a
do
wild
nothing.
bar to get off.
You know what I'm saying? He can't do nothing for me.
Jesus.
It's just Jesus. You feel me? So do me a favor. Don't help people who don't want to be helped because you're killing yourself.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, this is the Patreon fam. I don't know if you know.
Oh, what's up?
You know we can go live on Patreon now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You knew that, Jose?
You know
that
know.
Just happened
they the Patreon.
Right?
Yeah, but you know they the kings.
From mobile.
Yeah. They the kings.
Yeah, so listen, shout out to all the Patreon family. Y'all go to patreon.com, S2S Podcast. The fam is in the building, man. Shout out to all of y'all in there. Larry, what's up? Sweet Pea Corderic is in the building.
Well, hey, y'all gotta take Didi to the airport. Love y'all, man. I didn't know we could go live.
Yeah,
like
we can go
this.
No. Like
just
literally
Patreon.
like 2 days ago, I was like, yo, it say go live.
Oh, okay.
From the phone.
Okay.
So Patreon, y'all about to start getting a whole bunch more content behind the scenes.
Show them the camera.
Oh, yeah, for
Show
sure.
the squad.
Yeah, we in here. Check it out. See? It's the gang. I took Trey out of school early. Don't tell us. You know what I'm saying?
Why he's still there?
But appreciate y'all locking in. Told y'all we would lock in today. Yeah. Come on. My bad. I ain't closing the show yet. Listen, we got any church announcements? Yes, June 7th, 8th, and 9th, Next Level Speakers Conference. Do not miss your chance to be there. June 7th, 8th, 9th, Next Level Speakers Conference. Make sure you check us out. It's going to be in Atlanta. It's going to be incredible. The guest speaker lineup this year is insane. I'm talking about probably the biggest lineup we've ever had, so you don't want to miss it. Go to nextlevelspeakers.com and check us out. June 7th, 8th, 9th in Atlanta. And then also, man, y'all know I got my training Monday night. Y'all go to, what's it called, Jose? Workshopwithcj.com. Workshopwithcj.com. I got a 2-hour training on there, completely free for all my podcast listeners. Y'all go check that out. We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.